All I can tell you fellas is don't let this be you.
So yesterday I got on here and I said that I got these men on my roster. I got a plumber, I got a mechanic, I got a handyman, I got a man that builds fake, all of that. We have really, from the looks of the comments, we have really lost the plot of being women. We have lost the art of being a woman. We have lost the art of being queens. Some of y'all in my comments like, oh, I don't want a roster. Who has the time for roster? I don't need this many men having access to my energy. Do y'all really think I'm sitting on the phone with 8, 9, 10, 12 men? These are men in your network. Y'all don't have a network? My grandma the other day, she was telling me that she needed her carpet cleaned. I said, oh, I know somebody. As a woman, you need to have a network. I got a realtor, I got a carpet cleaner, a plumber, a mechanic. I got people around me, so when I need things, I make a phone call. Somebody was like, oh, I got money, I can go and pay somebody. Whoop-de-doo. Okay, Miss Independent, I got money too. I can pay to get these services too. But what's the point when I got men around that I can call that I just come pull up and look out for me and do things for me, that want to do things for me, that want to come around me so I can be like, oh my God, you just saved the day. Like, you just make my day. We have lost the art. Then y'all make everything sexual. Oh, so that mean if he come cut your grass, what you gonna give him? You gonna bend over? Y'all think? My point is, as a woman, I don't give a damn if you got your daddy, uncle, brother, cousin, Larry, as a woman, you need to have a network of people, men or women, skilled people around you. So when you need something, you can make a phone call. Sometimes you can't get a professional. I know I had an issue with my truck. I got AAA, I got Cadillac help, all that. They come all that. But I had a mechanic in my back pocket that I called and he pulled up on me in 5 minutes. That helped me until AAA got there, because for some reason AAA took an hour and a half this day. It was raining, I was cold, my phone was about to die. I called my mechanic, he pulled up. Y'all, we have to get back to being women. We have to get back to the point. We have to get back to the point where we're okay with being served.
You know how they say never? Well, I'm saying never, because I'm never gonna sign up for something like this. I know a lot of you dudes out there running around doing this goofy stuff. I'm not doing it. I'm not about to be on anybody's roster as a slot filler. I'm not doing that. Calling me up to come help you out just because you're a woman? You out your damn mind. Talking about she got money but she don't want to spend it. Nah, that's not happening. You better call Craigslist, Angie's List, Thumbtack. I don't care. Just leave me alone. And the crazy part is, a lot of those men, if they're not getting the draws, that's the only reason they're doing it, is because they're trying to get the draws. This is why I tell you men that don't waste your time with stuff like this. Only desperate men do stuff like that, if you ask me. You gotta be a desperate dude to be waiting around for some chick to call you for you to come and serve her, like she said at the end of the video. And the thing is, normally when a woman has a roster, somewhere in that roster is a dude who is blowing her back out. I don't know who it is. Somebody's blowing her back out. So I will be damned if I'm gonna wait in line for that. And the fact that she tried to shame other women for not wanting to do this is the wildest part about the whole video. Making fun of the women who said they don't want to do this. Talking about we got to get back to being women. You can call that whatever you want, lady, but that is not being a woman. Women don't move like that. You moving like something else. And women like this are the worst because they are takers. All they do is take from people. They'll use you, they'll abuse you. They never offer you anything. Outside of the 1 or 2 guys who are blowing her back out, they will never offer to come help you with something. It's just about what you can do for them. And for the life of me, I do not understand why some of these men are signing up to do this. The only reason she has a roster is because there are some damn fools who are willing to be on her roster. So I really can't get mad at her. She wouldn't be able to do it if those fools wouldn't let her do it. See, my thing is, a woman understands that there's another way to get that treatment, and it's called a husband. Now, maybe he doesn't know how to fix cars or he doesn't know how to paint, but he will know how to make that happen. But instead of doing that, you want to take this route. And who am I to tell you what to do? You do whatever you want to do. But just know that is not being a woman. A user, a manipulator, a taker maybe, but that is not being a woman. I'm just saying.
Hoes don't want to be labeled as hoes anymore, and that's really the problem in our society. I just seen a girl post a video talk about people don't know the difference between common and normal. For example, putting out on a first date is common, but it's definitely not a normal thing to do because that's a stranger. Anyway, someone in the comments gonna say, well, we're humans, so it is normal. Again, you're missing the point. It's not normal, it's just common. And then somebody else said, oh, you going, And she was like, oh, that's such a disgusting term. That's not a disgusting term. That's literally just who you are and what you are. No one said you were evil. No one said you were terrible. No one said you were a disgusting person. We just said you was a hoe. And that's why y'all end up in the situations y'all end up in, because y'all don't want to face the reality of the situation of who you are as a person, okay? Things have labels for a reason. It doesn't mean you're a terrible person. It doesn't mean we hate you. That just means that's what you are. Like these girls out here that are high-key escorting and want to call it hypergamy. Those are not the same thing.
Where's the lie? I mean, I'm just waiting for it. Somebody point it out to me because I don't see it. This young lady is spitting facts. You gotta accept the reality of who you are. Stop trying to call it all this other stuff. It is what it is. It's funny to me because this is just how a lot of women operate in general. Not all women, of course, where they know the truth, but they just don't want to call it that. Like when she said, there are women out there who have sex with a man for money, but they won't call it prostitution. How is that not that is exactly what prostitution is. How is that different? But they just don't want to say it. And that is the problem. You are fighting against reality. The reality is, if you're moving a certain way, you're going to be looked at a certain way. But a lot of women just don't want to accept that. I love what she said about sleeping together on the first night. Yes, that is common, but that's not normal. You're not just supposed to sleep with somebody the first time you meet them. That's not the way this is supposed to work. But that today is common because the women of today are a little bit different. And if you call them something for that, then you the problem. This girl's on point. If more people just accepted the reality of what it was, things out here would be a lot smoother. That's all I'm saying.
This girl asked, it came up in my feed, why would you move into a man's house and start helping him pay bills he was already paying before you moved in? Well, and I was just like, perhaps my contribution to the household that I now live in would free up funds, or he might want to do a major renovation in the house that he's been saving and budgeting for, and he's able to reach that goal faster. He might want to start a business. He might want to save for something else. My contribution would be helpful. Unless I'm a stay-at-home mother, which is not my ministry, I am going to contribute something financially to the household. So what these particular women of this belief system went on to explain to me is that it is not my job or responsibility to help my man with household bills or to fulfill any of his financial goals. The average American income median, which is like the middle, because we know everybody's not making that, like median, who's in the middle, is $83,000. In the state of Georgia, a 3-bedroom, single-story house in a decent neighborhood that was 20 years old cost me over $300,000 to buy it. Factor 20% down payment on a $300,000 house, and you're looking at $60,000 down. That's not closing costs. That's another home buyer's inspection. That is simply your down payment alone. That's if you don't have any specials, any incentives. If you're not a veteran, not a first-time home buyer, if you don't have a good relationship with a credit union, you are looking at $60,000. If you don't put $60,000 down, you then have private mortgage insurance that is tacked on to your monthly mortgage payment. We're just talking about mortgage here. Realistically, now you're at a $2,600 to $2,700 a month mortgage payment. If your property value goes up, which is a good thing, so will your property taxes. Then again, so will your mortgage. If your homeowner's insurance goes up, so does your mortgage payment. Being with a man you like, that you actually enjoy being around, and that you truly want to see win solves a lot of these debates. His decision-making, his consistency, his discipline. Obviously, those qualities can exist in the same man, but it's not going to make him any more or less valuable to me because he's paying all of the household bills or believes it is his sole responsibility to be a provider. Because it does not matter to me. I don't give a a man tells me what I'm supposed to do because I'm a woman. That'll be the last time he ever has a conversation with me. So in applying the same logic, you to tell me what the I'm supposed to do in my relationship with my money in my household. For me, whether he should or not doesn't matter because he doesn't have to. Whether he can or not doesn't matter because he doesn't have to. I don't give a fuck. I'm looking at far more important things.
Of course, I know the women won't agree with her, but I think she's making a lot of sense. I don't know what reality these women are living in that they think every man is supposed to pay for everything, but in the real world, what she is saying is true. And you would think that women would change their approach to it based on this information that we have, but that's not happening. These women still want what they want. It doesn't matter. She can say it, I can say it, the pastor can say it, the priest can say it. It doesn't matter. These women want what they want. And this just boils down to those women being selfish, because this is a very selfish thought process. Now, I'm not talking about if the man and the woman had an agreement and she was going to be a stay-at-home mother and he was going to work and pay the bills. I'm not talking about that, because that to me is just playing a role. What I'm talking about, and I believe she is talking about, is a man and a woman who both go to work, but the woman believes the man should pay the bills just because he's a man. It has nothing to do with anything else. They don't care if the man is struggling to pay the bills. None of that matters. He's the man. That is his responsibility. If you are with the man and you see that man is spending every dime he has on bills and everything else, and you have money or you're making money and you still don't feel the urge hers to help that man out, that is a very selfish person. That to me is the same as if a man and woman is both working 9 to 5 or whatever hours. The man comes home and he goes to sleep and the woman is up all night cleaning the house, taking care of the kids. That to me is the same thing. That man is selfish because he's not helping out around the household. But women don't see it that way. In their heads, men are supposed to provide, period. Doesn't matter about the time, the economy, none of that matters. But of course, if you say women are supposed to cook or women are supposed to clean, they look at you like you're the devil. This is why so many of them are single out here. People don't want to deal with that. The women who have adapted to the new rules of the world, they will be fine. But the women out there who complain about the patriarchy, but at the same time wants to benefit from the patriarchy, those women will struggle. And I also want to point out something else she said. She said she's not into being a stay-at-home mother. She doesn't want to do that. And that to me helps me understand her mindset even more. So I love the fact that she's acknowledging that she doesn't want to be the type of woman who sits home and take care of the household, the kids, and all that stuff. And because of that, she accepted the fact that she's going to have to do it another way. A lot of these other women don't do that. They'll sit there and tell you they won't cook, they won't clean, and not taking care of the kids, but they still want you to pay for everything. And that makes no sense to me. So I do give her credit for that. Now, I will say, when I was watching this video and I'm listening to this lady talk, I'm thinking to myself, why would this lady be single? I think she's attractive. She seemed like she has a good head on her shoulders. And then she said that part at the end, if a man tells me what I'm supposed to do, that's the last time we ever talk. And that right there is where I knew there is the issue. Ladies, y'all know how it is when y'all meet a dude and he's looking at you like, why are you single? You're smart, you're funny, you're attractive. Why are you single? What's going on here? This is what we're looking for. That thing. What is it that's keeping you single? And I personally believe this is hers, because that attitude won't work for me. If I can't tell you anything, what are we doing here? I don't want nothing to do with that. Now, I will say there are some men out there who will be okay with that, but nah, that won't fly with a guy like me. So many women do not understand why their girlfriends are single, why their sister is single. She's beautiful, she has a great job, she's doing this, blah, blah, blah. But y'all don't think about stuff like what she just said. Even though she just said all that great stuff in the video, I don't want to deal with that. And that's what you women have to understand. There are things about you that you refuse to change that y'all know guys don't want to deal with. And this is one of them. But overall, I like the video and I like what she's saying. Please like the video and leave a comment. I love listening to what you guys have to say. And don't forget to hit that hype button because it really helps me out with the algorithm and I really do appreciate it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.